Hello everyone, my name is Anna and today I'm going to talk about my presentation, which is farmers market data analysis and especially my findings. Okay, so let's move on to the first slide. This is just a project overview. So this project aims to extract data from my SQL databases, which is farmers market database in Google Colab, and then perform an exploratory data analysis called EDA to gain insight into the data set. The goal of this project is to essentially analyze farmers market behaviors, including customers and vendors behaviors as well as product trends. And the data sources that I use is the SQL databases, which is the farmers market database. And this included booths, vendors, inventory, zip code, and purchases, and customers. So this is the first question, the first finding that I had. The question is, what are the different types of booths? And I was able to identify 3 different ones. The small one has a count of 6. Standard has a count of 3, which is the one in the middle. And then large has also a count of 3, which is the very last one. The words are right.
Guarda.
Okay, so second question is, how does customer activity change by zip code? And over here we can see just 3 zip codes that I decided to pick for this. And then we have the total transaction and then total quantity and total spend, as we can see that, like, for example, for the first zip code is the one that where people bought the most, and then it just kind of goes down until the very last one, which is 22,802, which is the lowest one. Okay, let's move on with the next finding. The question is, which vendor has generated the most revenue? And over here, I was able to identify 3 different vendors: vendor A, vendor 7, and vendor 4. And as we can see, vendor A is the one that that generated the most revenue, and vendor 4 is the one that generated the less. Okay, let's move on with the next question, which is, are there specific dates with unusually high or low activity? And over here is just a graph, and I was able to identify the outliers, where you can see the unusually high or low activity, and on the right is just like a summary of the findings. And then for the last finding is, how many products does each vendor offer? And I decided to pick the same 3 vendors, and vendor 7, he's the one that has the highest number of products offered, and vendor 4 is the one with the less. That's it. Thank you so much.